Okay, this is the electrical part of our tour. Yahoo! Sorta electrical, mechanical. These are the condensing units. This one's 2 tons. This one's 4 tons. They're both R410A. They have anti-theft Schrader valves on them. That's all fine. Everything is looking pretty good with these guys, up until the fact we get the refrigerant lines. See how this stuff is cracking? That just doesn't meet the intent. They sell covers for these things, but this mastic like this doesn't cut it. That's the wrong kind of foam. Just saying, you're gonna have, again, I don't want to tear it up, but you're gonna have problems with that. Are you gonna have problems with that? I think so. And then the sealant around here, so they could have done a better job. The whole idea about putting this sealant here was because they didn't want air. Oh, I feel it. They didn't want air coming out of the wall. I can feel it. So these need to be sealed better. These need to be sealed better. They just do. Everybody hates me. I'm not Mr. Popular. Not around here. Okay. There's a data plate. This is downstairs. This is the data plate upstairs. I'm going to have some still images. Don't strain your eyes. Don't strain your eyes. Coming along here. We GFCI protected? Yeah, I already tested that. We are GFCI protected. These are sealed on 3 sides. Good. Good, good, good. Laced up nice. They look good. They look pretty. They look pretty. It's supposed to look. Believe it or not, sometimes people take shortcuts. Believe it or not, I found a few of them. Okay, this is the meters. It comes into the house. Sealed, sealed, sealed. It's nice. We're on the east wall. This is the gas as it comes into the house. It's on the east wall. I think I've already talked about that. You might not have seen the video yet. Okay, right up here. That's your fresh air induction. Because this is a tight house. I mean, we want it tight. We want it tight. The windows, the insulation, so you got to bring fresh air in there every once in a while, and that's it. In some parts of the country, maybe other countries, they don't like screens on them because they can freeze up in the wintertime and starve your furnace. But that's not the problem we have here. Those are actually required in Las Colinas. They're required in Irving. They're required in North Dallas. They're required in Dallas. They're actually required because our problem is with birds. And the birds will make a nest in there and stop up your furnace. So that's supposed to be that way. In case you're used to seeing it different, no, it's actually a good thing. I'll write it up if it wasn't so. This is part of your grounding of your bonding system. That's called a UFER. And they're a little bit controversial, but you know what? Everybody's using them and nobody's having a problem. Controversy, I believe, is mostly in theory. But that's never stopped me before, if you know me. And the bonding location is labeled, the grounding location is labeled in here. We got little rubber booties over L1 and L2. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. Everything looks pretty nice, actually. And I've already tested all these. I have, every single one of them. So what have we got in here? Well, surely I can't just walk away happy. Okay. 1, okay, this neutral is supposed to be wrapped 3 times with white tape. When it says 3 times, I don't mean 3 times in a row. It's supposed to be more than that. Now, if you can't look at that and tell that that's the neutral, you don't belong in this cabinet. We all know that. I mean, but well, that's what I'm here for. But these are some things that I like. You see those gaps? That's not supposed to be more than 1/8 of an inch for fire blocking. For fire blocking, before the fire to come out, if this panel melts down fantastically, that's what it's for. I didn't make the code. I didn't make the rules. I did not. And then this cabinet was stuck in. This cabinet was stuck in with sheetrock screws. They're fast and tight. I get that, but they're also brittle. Those things rust. They're not galvanized or nothing. You're supposed to have nails holding this cabinet in with less than 1/18 of an inch. Because nails have much more shear strength. If this structure was to experience a tornado or maybe even an earthquake. I mean, we are in North Dallas, so who knows with but all the same, if this structure was to experience a tornado, for example, this cabinet would stand a lot better chance of remaining in place and safe during the tragedy than it would with those sheetrock screws in there. It just pop out. I don't saying it'll pop out. I mean, it's much more likely to pop out. Now we're going to jump just a little bit. We're going to go to garage door openers. Yay! And due to the Mr. Fire drama, you'll get it. Mr. Fire drama is coming up. We got a warning notice. This is what I mean by a warning notice. And this, do I have a tape measure on me? I think I forgot to put it up. Oh well. Treasure hunt. This button is not supposed to be any closer to the floor and threshold than 5 feet. Now maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is. Far enough away. I mean, this is the way I test the doors. No, I don't do the block test. I don't. But you can. But you can do the block test. The optic sensors are not supposed to be further away from the floor than 6 inches, and they're not. You see these wires here, these control wires? They're supposed to have insulated staples. You're not supposed to have a little staple like that. Those are the wrong kind of staples. Not a big thing, not a big thing. And then on each corner, this is the first panel. This is a wooden door with a metal frame. On each corner of your first panel, bottom panel, call it what you will, but there should be a spring tension notice. And over here, inside and outside. It looks pretty ugly on the outside. And over here, just about even with your opener motor, you should have a handle in case you need to pull the door up because you use the emergency handle. And now you need to raise the door fast because you had an emergency and you got to get the cat out from underneath there. And so you're supposed to have a pull handle so you can pop that, grab it, raise it. Say your cat has 8 more lives. Another spring tension notice is not there. Handle's not there, just like I mentioned. And coming across here, this has been, see that bolt? You cannot lock this door manually. That's a good thing. Now, if you lost power to the house or the motor wore out and you haven't gotten around to replacing it yet, or for whatever reason you wanted to, disengage this and use the door manually, then you would have a chance, then you would be able to lock it. Then, and only then. So what happens if you take that bolt out because you want some perceived sense of security? Well, what happens is somebody closes the door, it's nice and quiet. Somebody locks the door. Somebody else pushes the button, and then your door gets all wrapped. And the cheapest of these doors is $1,000. I mean, maybe if you wrecked it partly, you could just replace a couple panels. But this is a wooden door. More than $1,000. I don't know what it is. I wouldn't tell you. I'm not a fool. But that's why we disengage the lock. That's why we do it. Come over here. Doesn't work. Why does it not work? Why did it quit? Because I tripped the GFCI. It's on a GFCI protected circuit. That's a good thing. That's a good thing.